Alright, so we're going to do a quick tutorial on using feeler gauges to check your gap in your rockers, or in your lifters. Mostly your rockers. Anyway, so cams push on this, push on the rocker, which pushes on these here that are adjustable. And they have a little jam nut, and then it'll push down on the valve as per such. Like that. See how it pushes down. So first we got to make sure that we're off. Then we're going to check it with our different sizes, whatever the spec is. And so we're going to check there. That one fits easily. This one should drag a little bit because this is the correct size. This one may be a touch loose, but then we have one size up, and it doesn't fit at all, and it doesn't fit at all. So it'd be pretty darn good. Let's do this one over here. Where is that one? Sometimes you got to make sure that the cam is good and off. So if you can't get any of them to fit, there you go. Just make sure the cam rolled off. Little one fits. Big one, or correct one. Yeah, it seems like it's got a little bit of, not quite as tight as I'd like, because I think the big one fits in these. Nope. Yep, fits through that one. So we got to definitely adjust this one, because this one it shouldn't fit through at all. This one it doesn't go in, so this one could be considered okay, but you don't want it loosey-goosey, because what happens is, as the engine heats up, everything will expand, and these will get tight. And you don't want them too tight, because you don't want to hold the valve open, but you don't want them too loose, because you don't want them rattling around in there. So what we'll do is we'll loosen up this bolt, turn it in just a hair. I mean, it's not a lot of adjustment. You're talking about thousandths of an inch, or 0.254 millimeters is what this gauge is at. And so this is, there we go. Just want it to feel like it's dragging slightly, and it's still a little loose, I think. Might need to go a little bit further. So another just touch. Damn. Right there. I got these angled feeler gauges. There we go, that's a little better. You want it to drag slightly. You want to feel like it's not free-flowing, because if you have the small one, it'll just, you know, almost feels like you're touching nothing, and then the big one should not fit at all. And so this, remember, this one should drag slightly. There it is. Drag slightly, and then free-flowing. Good. This one is the one I want to go down a little bit more on. So you use those adjuster screws to go down a little bit. Might have made that just a hairpin tight. Let's back that off just a touch. And then once you're done adjusting these, I go and use the torque wrench to torque them down to their proper spec, and then I double check them one more time to make sure it didn't turn the adjuster at all. But these are torqued to 9.75 Newton meters, so that's what I will do when I'm done here. There we go, that's a little better. Not quite as tight, doesn't fit, and is free flowing, a little draggy. And then this one, same deal. We already checked that one like 3 times. So now let's get our torque wrench. Whee! Hey. 9.7, as you can see there. Yeah, there you go. 9.7. So we'll just go through and check to make sure that they are tight. And because when you're adjusting them, just snug them down. Don't try and make them super tight, because you want to make sure that you can torque them down to the proper set. All right, a little draggy, a little draggy, and little draggy. So I got these angled ones because it's kind of hard. You got to bend them around to get them to do things. So you can get an angled set for stuff like this. And let's check that. Free flowing, free flowing, free and free. So it's not too tight, then doesn't fit, doesn't fit, doesn't fit, and doesn't fit. So there you go. You're done. You have now adjusted these exhaust valves, torqued them down, double checked them, and you are ready to go on about your day. Do the same for the intakes. We already did the intakes on both sides, and we did the exhaust on the other side. This was the final side we were going to do. And now we can put the valve covers on and continue on with our head installation. So we got the Subaru 2.5 liter engine that I'm checking the timing marks on. We got crank mark is lined up perfectly. Then we got the right side, or left side, technically this is the left side cam, but that lines up perfectly. And then this one, you use the gap in the cam frame between the cam and the head as the line mark, and you can see it's lined up very nice. Sometimes the tensioner, I haven't pulled the tensioner yet because I haven't confirmed everything. I was rolling it around. After you do a timing belt, you will want to take the engine and spin it over by hand. This one spins real easy because there's no plugs in it, and so then you bring it up here, line up that mark, ta-da, lined up, then lined up, and lined up. Doesn't matter how many times you should do it. Every time you do it, it should line up. So we got all these torqued down properly. These are 26 Newton meter, or between 26 and 32, so I put it at 29, 29, 29, 29. Then these are, I think, 76. Double check me on that. Newton meters. And obviously we don't have the crank pulley torqued because it's not, doesn't have the pulley on there yet, or the balancer. So now we're going to put the covers on and put the valve covers on, put the intake back on, and then we will reinstall it in the car. It'll be great. It'll be fun. It'll be joyous. So if you want to see things like this live, I do it on my stream every day. Except not exactly this. You get my point. Anyway, have a fun time.